In today's show, we're doing Detroit Lions 7-round mock draft. In this mock draft, we're going to do the players that are selected right now without trades, and we're going to go with what we think we're going to have for this draft in terms of selection, because we're going to get a compensatory pick for Aaron Glenn leaving. For this 7-round mock draft, it's going to be projected of kind of where the player is going to be. So we're not going to pick first-round talent in round 7, okay? We're just going to go with where they selected are and kind of how I go with what Brad Holmes does. Not what I do, what I think Brad Holmes is going to do. And for this mock draft, I put down 5 positions that I think is probably the biggest needs for this football team. Pass rusher, we all know we need to get somebody opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Cornerback, we have a lot of, we don't know what's going on in free agency. Is Carlton Davis going to come back? Kendall Vildor, there's been injuries, so I put cornerback up there. Linebacker as well. I know we got Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone. Derek Barnes, a free agent. Malcolm Rodriguez got injured. Defensive tackle, Eli McNeil injured. Levin Uzurike is a free agent, so I'm going to put that as a need as well. And we're going to go with wide receiver because why not? Here is what we're slated currently to have. Now, we got pick round 1, 28, round 2, 60. That round 3 selection would be for Aaron Glenn's compensatory draft pick. Round 4, 132, round 5, 198, and 2 7th-round picks, giving the Detroit Lions a total of currently 7-round draft picks. And with my first pick, pick 28, the Detroit Lions I have selecting is Jack Sawyer, pass rusher from Ohio State. The 6'5" product is what the Lions are looking for. He's well versatile. He can play up. He can play his hands in the dirt. He's got a relentless high motor. What exactly the Lions are looking for, that type of player, right? He's excellent in control and balance, and he's got great discipline. What he did this past year is 25 solo tackles, 9 sacks, 3 forced fumbles with 1 interception. Jack Sawyer seems to me like a Detroit Lions type of player, the prototypical size and what you're looking for a Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes Detroit Lions type of player. So should the Detroit Lions go defense with round 1? Y for yes and N for no? Give me thoughts in the comments right now. The next player I have for the Detroit Lions in round 2, I got them doubling up on the defensive line, but we're going defensive tackle here with Deone Walker, 6'6", 345 pounds. This is, I think, would be a solid selection at pick 60 for our Detroit Lions. His stats not going to jump out to you, right? Now, he doesn't have the greatest sacks in the world because he is the guy who's going to stop the run. He is that big-bodied, clog the hole type of guy. And I tell you what, he can get after the passer through the middle of the defense. And that's what's shocking there. And he's a native to Detroit as well, so it makes a lot of sense. And he is a Dan Campbell type of guy, the prototypical individual. You see the high-end motor, the never stopping. We all know the grit type of players. Want to know it's also really cool and it's pretty gritty? It is Game Time. Game Time, the sponsor of this video. It's all about experiencing the best and getting the fastest way to get tickets to sport events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, because their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time guaranteed. And going to a game is much better than being in the house. Matter of fact, Mavericks is at the Pistons this weekend. And if you want to get tickets, our friends from Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. And what it does, it filters out all the fluff to give the best deals on seats. You're not spending hours looking for deals on tickets. And how do you get this? Well, you download Game Time app, right? Then you get into the venue. It's going to be in a 3D view. Select the venue you want to go to. It's going to be in a 3D view. It automatically will do the research for you once you hit the Game Time Picks button on top of the screen. And it filters out the tickets in the database, give you the best deals and the best seats. You don't spend hours on a bunch of different ticketing sites trying to find the best tickets. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you receipt as you move phone left to right. You can see the surrounding area kind of like a 3D live photo. Also, all pricing is right there for you. There's no hidden fees at checkout. So take the guesswork out buying tickets with Game Time today. Do you want a quick deal? Well, if you're new to Game Time, if you plug in Chat Sports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, you get $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. Got a create account, got an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure using Game Time and download Game Time today. Last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. And with the next selection, it's going to be round 3, pick 101. I have the Detroit Lions going wide receiver here. Tory Horton, the 6'3", 185-pound product out of Colorado State. He is a player, in my opinion, he's got strong ball tackling skills, right? He's consistently can generate vertical separation, outside releases. He can do the long route, and especially with John Morton, a new OC, gives us another deep threat. He quickly stacks against defenders. He shows great vision. He's got reliable hands, and he's a versatile player. He is. He's got to do better in his route tree, though. He struggles with concentration a little bit, so that's something that he can work on. I think that's the reason why he'd be falling in round 3. But to me, he can do some work for the Lions. And now, what did he do this past year? Only had 26 receptions, 353 yards, 1 touchdown, average of 3.6. But I think he could be a good developmental player at wide receiver. So question for you, should the Lions draft a wide receiver? Why for yes and for no? Give me your thoughts in the comments right now. And now in round 4, the Lions are going, and they need to get some help. So I went defense here, and I decided to go with Jordan Hancock, the cornerback out of Ohio State, the 6'1", 195-pound player. He's a senior this year, and he's got exceptional fluidity, change of direction skills. He demonstrates strong route running, recognition, anticipation. He's a versatile defender capable of excelling in press man, possesses the short area quickness, and he's got great football IQ. Now, what did he do this past year? He had 29 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception, and 8 pass defense. He needs to get a little bit aggressive and he needs to get better in aggressiveness. He needs to get better without losing leverage. He needs to get better without grabbing, and that's one of the things that he liked. But he is a cover guy for sure. So you could see a situation where the Detroit Lions would love to have a player of his caliber. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into round 5 for our next player here. And I want to get better upon the defense as well. And so in round 5, 198, I have the Lions taking Demetrius Knight Jr., 6'2", 245-pound linebacker out of the Gamecocks right there. And he's a player that he's got instincts. He can blitz. He's a powerful striker. He's outstanding speed. I think he can play Sam linebacker for the Lions. And remember, if Derek Barnes don't come back, this could be, in my opinion, a player who can jump in that position and help out a little bit. He's had 57 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. And he's a natural leader as well. He's got that gritty part to him. He needs to get better, though, in man coverage. Occasionally will duck his head a little bit. He needs to get better with lateral agility. And just got to get patience with run. And that's why he would be a player who would fall to the later rounds. So let's go with my next selection here. And we're going to jump to round 7 for the Detroit Lions. And I wanted the Lions to get a little bit better again at defense, and I'm going to go with the safety here, Donovan McMillan, the 6'2", 205 player out of Pitt. And he's shown some skills, and he can deliver big hits. He's got strong hands, has violent hands. He's also very good in zone coverage. He's shown great understanding of routes, and he's willing to hit. He loves run support, hit you in the face type of player. What did he do this past year? 55 solo tackles, 1 forced fumbles, 1 interception, 7 pass defense. To me, this would be a good player, in my opinion, to replace Afutu Melifon, where you're getting a younger player that can play that role. He loves to hit. He likes to tackle. And he's not injured all the time. So that could be a great solution for the Detroit Lions to go ahead and get better on defense, and you can actually not have an injured player. You can actually have a player who's going to be on the field. So far, I want you to grade my mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My last pick for the Detroit Lions in round 7, pick 246. I have the Lions going Gus Hartwigt, offensive line. He's actually a center for the last round from here, and I think he's a developmental player right now. Look, we drafted Giovanni Minute last year. We got Mahogany last year, but I could see a situation where maybe they want to do a cap cut with Graham Glasgow. Then you move Mahogany over there at left guard, and then you can draft another player who you could develop on the interior of the offensive line, and he's played center, so he's got that center in him. He's got the ability to play upon the offensive line, the interior, and different parts of this offensive line in versatility. That's what we're all looking for when it comes to the mock drafts and the Detroit Lions. So in this bad boy, I feel like I hit pass rusher, cornerback, linebacker, defensive tackle, wide receiver, threw in a safety because we're going to need that potentially if he doesn't return, and we're going to go with offensive line. So again, in the comments right now after what I just showed you, grade my mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. What do you guys think it is? And tell me your mock draft. What's the routes that you guys would like to go? Folks, I appreciate you watching this mock draft. Criticize it. This is all fun. This is all of what I think the Lions are going to do. There's going to be many more mock drafts happening throughout this year until the NFL draft. But you know me. I love doing prospects. I love talking about the draft, and this is what it's all about. So if you like that, even if you're not a Lions fan, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell because you're going to be hearing about prospects on this channel. With that said, folks, adios.